Imagine creating technology that changes the world, yet dying alone, forgotten, and surrounded by mysteries that still puzzle historians today. A man who dreamed of giving free electricity to the entire planet, who claimed he could build a weapon powerful enough to end all wars, and whose papers were seized by the government just hours after his death. His name was Nikola Tesla. But while millions know him as one of history's greatest inventors, very few know the strange, heartbreaking story of his final years. Tonight, we're uncovering the untold mystery behind Nikola Tesla's last days, and the truth is more astonishing than fiction. The untold story of Nikola Tesla's mysterious final years. To understand Tesla's mysterious ending, we first have to understand the incredible life that came before it. Nikola Tesla was born on July 10, 1856, in the small village of Smiljan, then part of the Austrian Empire. From childhood, he displayed an extraordinary memory. He could perform complex mathematical calculations entirely in his mind. He claimed he could visualize machines so clearly that he didn't need blueprints. Instead, he built inventions inside his imagination, testing every moving part mentally before ever touching a tool. In 1884, Tesla arrived in New York with little money but enormous dreams. He briefly worked for Thomas Edison. The two men shared a passion for electricity, but they fiercely disagreed on how the future should be powered. Edison promoted direct current, known as DC. Tesla believed alternating current, or AC, was far more efficient. Their rivalry became known as the War of Currents. Eventually, Tesla's AC system won. Today, almost every home on Earth uses electricity based on Tesla's revolutionary ideas. He became internationally famous. His inventions transformed modern civilization. Yet despite changing the world, Tesla would never become wealthy. By the early 1900s, Tesla was already losing financial support. One of his greatest dreams, Wardenclyffe Tower, was meant to transmit wireless communication and electrical power across the globe. Investors initially believed in the project, but when they realized Tesla wanted to provide electricity without charging customers, funding disappeared. Construction stopped. The massive tower was eventually demolished. For Tesla, it was devastating. As decades passed, his inventions became less profitable. New scientists entered the spotlight. Companies patented technologies inspired by ideas Tesla had introduced years earlier. Gradually, the once famous inventor faded from public attention. By the 1920s, he had become increasingly isolated. He moved frequently between New York hotels, often leaving unpaid bills behind. Hotel managers admired his reputation, but eventually many refused him service. His financial situation became desperate, yet Tesla never stopped thinking, never stopped imagining, never stopped inventing. As Tesla grew older, his behavior became increasingly unusual. He developed powerful compulsions. He insisted on staying in hotel rooms whose numbers were divisible by 3. Before entering a building, sometimes he walked around it exactly 3 times. He refused to shake hands. He feared germs. He polished his silverware repeatedly before every meal. Some historians believe he suffered from obsessive-compulsive disorder, although no formal diagnosis was ever made. Tesla also claimed he slept only 2 hours each night. Instead, he worked almost continuously. Whether this was entirely accurate remains uncertain, but many who knew him agreed. His dedication to invention bordered on obsession. Then there were the pigeons. Every afternoon, Tesla visited New York parks carrying bags of birdseed. He carefully fed hundreds of pigeons. Soon they recognized him, but one white pigeon became especially important. Tesla later said, "I loved that pigeon as a man loves a woman." He claimed the bird understood him, and when it died, something inside him died too. Many believe that after losing the pigeon, Tesla's emotional decline accelerated dramatically. By the late 1930s, Tesla was living almost entirely alone. He occupied room 3327 of the New Yorker hotel. Every day followed nearly the same routine. He worked, he wrote notes, he fed pigeons, he met very few visitors. Journalists still interviewed him occasionally. Each birthday, Tesla held press conferences. He announced astonishing new inventions, among them a mysterious defensive weapon. He called it the Teleforce. Newspapers nicknamed it the Death Ray. Tesla claimed the device could destroy aircraft hundreds of miles away. He insisted it would make war impossible because no nation would dare attack another. However, no working prototype was ever publicly demonstrated. To this day, historians continue to debate whether Teleforce was a practical concept or simply an ambitious theoretical idea. Regardless, the headlines kept Tesla's legend alive, even as his health quietly declined. Winter arrived. January 1943. Tesla was 82 years old. He rarely allowed hotel staff into his room. He placed a Do Not Disturb sign on the door. Days passed. No one saw him. Finally, on January 8, 1943, a hotel maid entered room 3327. Nikola Tesla lay motionless in bed. He had died alone. Doctors concluded that he had passed away from coronary thrombosis, a blood clot affecting the heart. One of history's greatest inventors, the man whose discoveries electrified the modern world, had left quietly, without family beside him.
But the greatest mystery was only beginning. Shortly after Tesla's death, officials arrived at his hotel room. They collected trunks, boxes, notebooks, scientific sketches, personal letters, and thousands of pages of research. Reports estimate the collection contained around 80 trunks filled with documents and belongings. Because Tesla had spoken publicly about advanced weapons, government officials wanted to determine whether any military technology existed among his papers. Some documents were later returned to Tesla's family. Others eventually became part of museum collections. However, the government's involvement sparked decades of speculation. Did Tesla truly leave behind revolutionary inventions? Or were the papers mostly theoretical ideas, misunderstood by later generations? No credible evidence has shown that secret superweapons were successfully developed from Tesla's research, yet the mystery continues to inspire countless books, documentaries, and conspiracy theories. Towards the end, Nikola Tesla died with little money, but unimaginable influence. Today, his inventions power cities, drive industries, enable wireless communication, and shape the modern technological world. The lonely inventor who once walked New York streets feeding pigeons is now celebrated as one of humanity's greatest scientific visionaries. Yet even after more than 80 years, questions remain. How many ideas were truly ahead of their time? How many notebooks still hide forgotten insights? And how different would our world be if Nikola Tesla had received the support he deserved? Perhaps some mysteries are destined to remain unsolved.